Well, hello, hello, hello. God bless you. Hey, you don't know, but it's been a while. And I'm going to tell you why you've been hearing some of my some of my glorified older shows recently. I could not talk. I did not have a voice. I lost my voice for, what's it been, about 6 weeks? Now, you know I came down with the flu in the end of the year. Well, that was type A. Then I came down with type B. Now, type A, as my doctor explained, it's the reason it goes into pneumonia. And that's my husband. He had pneumonia, and I got it too, but I got real mild. And that's because I had the pneumonia shot and the flu shot. But the next round came a couple of weeks later and knocked me flat on my back. And that was influenza type B. Oh boy. Now that one characteristically attacks the vocal. And that's what it did with me. I coughed so much that it hit my vocal cords. Now, remember I told you about, well, I guess you could pull it up. I think it was sometime in maybe October, September, October, when I was talking about a strange virus that people were complaining about with some strange symptoms, and nobody knew what it was. Well, I think that here in America, my opinion is we've been getting a lot of that that strange virus everybody's talking about a lot longer than we think. Okay? But we haven't been tested. Nobody's been looking into it. I had part A, type A, and then type B, influenza. But who knows? Maybe maybe it really wasn't part B. I had blood workup. I had every test you could imagine because I got good insurance and they like to run everything they can, right? Yeah, and speaking of insurance, who's going to be paying for these tests with for the coronavirus? Now, I heard a report that someone requested a test in Southern California and got a bill for $3,000. $3,000. Does that mean the insurance company doesn't pay? Doesn't cover it? And why can't our government just pay for it? Okay? If they've got billions of dollars to pay for a fence, why can't they put that billions of dollars into providing us with free testing for everyone who has symptoms? Now, there's many people who are talking about they had symptoms in January. They had symptoms and were traveling to areas where the outbreak was been. I had a niece who just returned from Italy. She was over there going for a college course. And we got keep those prayers going for my niece, please, because she just returned, and she's gonna be on watch, and God bless you. Keep those prayers coming for everybody. I hate to say this, but I've been saying for the last 8 months that this is the kind of environment with all of this hate that's been going on in this country, and the population explosion, and the selfishness, and the greed. This is the kind of environment that something really powerful happens, and a lot of people start getting sick. It's almost like God waves his hands and says, okay, it's time for you guys to leave. It's time for you to check yourself and start to appreciate me a little bit more. And then people start crying out to God. Their loved ones start getting sick and they're on the verge of passing away. And some of them do. Hey, and then what happens? People start getting on their knees. They start crying out to God. And it's like every 10 or 20 years it happens. And I've been telling relatives and friends that this is the kind of environment that we're in. And we got to deal with it. You know? We got to deal with it. Start praying before the need comes. Start praying before you get desperate. Keep on your knees. Constantly pray for your sisters and brothers. And constantly pray for everybody. Prayer is powerful. Do you know how powerful it is? No, you don't. Because if you did, you'd be doing it constantly. Someone said, what can I do to help? Pray. Hey, pray. And you know what? I told my son, I said, you know, this radio show and my YouTube program must be doing some serious damage to the devil, because he sure is coming after me. And you know, that's how we know when we're doing right, right? That's how we know when God is working. Okay, I want to talk about masks. I was flabbergasted when I heard a specialist come on CNN and was really angry because people were buying masks. Now, my cousin's been waiting for her order, and she's in her late 80s, and she's got emphysema and a lot of things going on. So she wasn't feeling good. So my sister-in-law, who was an RN, suggested that she get some breathing masks, so when she has to go out to go grocery shopping, to cover her mouth so she doesn't get any more problems, you know, and filter out some of the allergens and stuff in the atmosphere that trigger her asthma and allergies, because the pollen is flying. And so she ordered some for her, and they were back ordered like a couple of months. Now this guy, or this woman, and guy recently too, got on CNN and was talking about how we shouldn't be ordering these masks. Let me show you. I guess it's going to come out backwards on the video, but the mask that I have is an N95. My sister-in-law suggested 99. Now, I'm a kidney transplant. This mask helps to keep viruses out, dust, and my husband uses this kind of mask at work. So this kind of mask keeps dust out, keeps stuff out. The other kind of mask that a lot of people wear, the common mask, it keeps you from breathing on other people. So when you see people, the nurses and doctors that are using the other kind of masks to keep them from coughing on you, keeps their germs from getting on you infected. That's why you see them using that kind of mask in surgery. They don't want to breathe on you or cough on you or sneeze on you, and you end up getting an infection, okay, while you're under sedation and your wound's wide open. But this is the kind of mask that you use to protect yourself. You don't have to have this little thing on it, but that helps to filter out things a little bit more. And I think it's better for breathing, because the other one that I have that doesn't have this, it's harder for me to breathe through. But this is for my protection. I was at court with a family member the other day, and a lady her and her son got in the elevator. He turned his back to the wall, his face to the wall, like that was going to protect him from anything. And she put her hands over her nose and her mouth, like she was going to suffocate herself. And I started laughing. I said, lady, my mask is to protect me, you know, from you. You're a danger to me. I'm not a danger to you, okay? And she just says, well, everybody's worried, you know. Well, yeah, everybody's worried, but, you know, if you are worried, get yourself a mask. I don't care what they say about don't buy the mask, because they're angry. Some people have bought them and hoarding them, because you should change them daily, you know. Some people are hoarding them, and they made a shortage for the medical people. But don't tell people not to use them. How dare you? How dare? It's okay for you to have protection, but we're not supposed to have protection? Okay. All right. So these are really expensive. These are really expensive. And now that we have this panic thing going on, who knows? This was like $9. You can get a case of them of 10, I think, for like $70 or something. But you know what? Who knows what the price is going to be like now, because people are panicking. All right? Be prepared. I've always been prepared for any anything like this all my life, except recently. Now that I've gotten old, I no longer have a generator. Somebody stole my generator. I don't have any kind of emergency backup, anything except my medication. I do have my medication that I need for my transplant. And I've always been prepared for everything. I've got stockpiles of food, you know, don't now, because I've been sick for how many months? Yeah, we're going in, this is the third month. I've been sick basically since December, early part of December. I haven't had a chance to do serious grocery shopping, so I'm out of everything. Now I'm going to go out there and find all these empty shelves, okay? Now that I'm well enough to get out to the store. Oh yeah, you're going to ask people to shop for you, but that's not the same, because I buy everything bulk and I buy everything base, you know, and a lot of people don't know how to shop for basic stuff, like buying dry beans instead of beans that are already cooked. Okay, well, my voice is still not normal, but it's getting there. Apparently, my doctor said that I coughed so much that I damaged my vocal cords, and everything was swollen up in there. So one of the things she did, she put me on steroids to help shrink some of the swelling. And yeah, I look bad. I know. I don't care. I'm alive. Thank you, Lord Jesus. I ain't pretty, but I'm alive. You know. And I want to thank you all for your prayers. Okay, there's one thing I want to tell you. I was talking about a while back about my husband and losing weight. When he had the virus, he was losing a lot of weight. And one of the reasons he was losing weight, I didn't think about it because so many negative things were going on at one time. But one of the reasons he was losing weight is because he had dental issues that we were working on back in the early part of December that got set aside, got pushed aside because we both came down with the flu. And then after we got on our feet, we got knocked down again. So yeah, he was sick right along with me. In fact, he brought it home. Come on now. Again. So yeah, he had dental issues. And I have dental issues too, but mine are not bad. I don't have a lot of discomfort with mine. He had a lot of discomfort with chewing. And because he had 2 bridges that broke, and he was supposed to get them repaired, and he went to a specialist, and things take time to process through insurance and that sort of thing. And then the holidays came, so we didn't get our communications, and then we both came down with the flu. So that's why he was losing weight, and he didn't complain about it. He just wasn't eating anything that caused him discomfort. You know, you guys, you know, that's the reason men die so much younger than women, because they don't speak up. You know, if you got an issue, you got a pain, say so. Don't be ashamed to say, you don't have to be macho about discomforts. If you can't chew something, say, it hurts my teeth, or there's no teeth there, you know. Speak up, say something. And, you know, I could have prepared him things a lot different than I did. You know, I did fix him a lot of things he could eat. And I had someone call me and talk about my video that I put on there, and how I have a gap in the bottom of my teeth that I never had before. Yeah, I got a gap. And the reason I have a gap is because I have missing teeth in the bottom and the back, and then the top now. So, because I had them pulled last year. But they weren't bad. It's just that there was a bridge back there that had gotten loose, and the bridge had to come out. And when they took the bridge out, they had to take the good teeth too that the bridge was anchored to. Yeah, well, whatever. So snatch out, snatch it out. This is why it's so important to use salt, baking soda, or salt when you brush your teeth. Keep that bacteria down, because a lot of people, you get plaque in on your gums and stuff. It's a hereditary type of a thing. It's not necessarily, but if you don't clean on a regular basis, and you know, we weren't taught to do that. My mother didn't have any teeth by the time she was in her 50s. You know, she had so many babies. She just didn't. She wasn't into that. But now her father had his own teeth before he passed away, up in his 70s. So, you know, his original teeth, all of them. Because people in the old days knew they had to take care of their teeth. And they knew how to do it with salt and baking soda. They weren't relying on things like toothpaste. with all that sugar in it, right? Or fake sugar nowadays, okay? So, but yeah, and people weren't eating all the sugar they're eating now. And when they did, it was a special treat. And we didn't have high fructose corn syrup like you got now. Except, I want to say this. I do remember that high fructose corn syrup after World War II was recommended to use in children's formulas. Pet milk and corn syrup was supposed to be a highly nutritious formula for infants. And you wonder why people started getting fat. Okay, those are some things that I want to cover. My husband had dental issues, that's why he's been losing the weight. But the food is fine. He's happy with the food. And now that I'm readdressing his dental issues, yeah, we'll have a lot more things that he can chew easily. And hopefully we can get, well, he wants implants. But we went to UCSF, and UCSF said he's not a good candidate for implants because his jaw bones are not that strong. And of course they could do transplants. But yeah, if you've got a bucket of money, you could do this kind of thing. But sometimes. Now, I worked for a man back in the 70s who had his jaw bone reconstructed. But his was from a military injury. And he had his jawbone reconstructed. I don't know if they were doing experimenting on him or what. But my husband's jawbones are real small. And they decided that he doesn't have enough jaw, even with the transplant, to do the implants. He doesn't want bridges, but he's going to have to, But that's where we are, and I'm in the same situation. I don't want to do too much surgery because of the vulnerability of me being a kidney transplant and having a lower immune system. I don't want to invoke unnecessary possibilities of death or disease or whatever infections. So I want to avoid as much as possible. So I'm going to have to get something done. Although my back molars are gone, there's no place to anchor them. What do I got to put in? But I'll get back to it. Please don't get upset. I'm talking to my loved ones who are upset because of the gap. Yeah, I know. There was no gap. We don't have gaps, right? Any place. Okay. So that's the answer to that, the relative out there who is complaining about the gap. And that's the reason it's there. All right. So I'm going to be wrapping up pretty quick. This is my first broadcast that I've done since I've been down. I've been down for a couple of months now, and I'm just getting my voice back, so I don't want to provoke it too far. I don't want to push it too much. I am using things like honey and lemon by the teaspoon, and that's helping a lot, keeping things flowing. I'm going to be going to see a specialist because I have to be concerned because throat cancer does run in my family. Okay, we have a thyroid condition that quite often turns into cancer. So I have to make sure, I mean, the big C word's a big thing, don't say that, Corey. But I have to make sure that we're not dealing with that because my mother had that and so did her brother. Okay, so, and that's what he passed away from hair spread. So I have to address that issue too. So I will be seeing a specialist to make sure that I did not provoke things by all the coughing. Because let me tell you something. I was coughing so bad the doctor had to give me something to stop my stomach from making me cough. Because it's all the way down to your stomach, and you start coughing. There's things that, I forgot what she called it, but it triggers the cough. And yeah, you gotta, coughing can be very dangerous. You can rip things. You can damage things from coughing. So you want to control that and get to the doctor right away. Don't play around with that. Don't just sit at home with some over-the-counter stuff. I see people are buying a lot of over-the-counter stuff. Don't self-medicate. Go get your blood work up. Find out what you have. Because it could be serious. You could be contaminating your loved ones. You could be responsible for other people getting sick. Other people who have immune issues that can't tolerate getting sick. Okay. All right. It's enough talking about sick. I want to talk about some of the beautiful things that's been happening recently. Aside from our beautiful weather, fabulous weather, fruit coming in, blossoms every place, we do need the rain. So we need to start praying for a little rain, you guys. We need rain. We need water. And if things keep going like they are, we're going to be looking at another drought year. We don't want that. So enjoy the sunshine, but pray for rain. You know, everybody, we're never satisfied, right? We cry about the cold. We want the warm. Give us some sunshine. Then when we got sunshine, oh, bring us rain. Never satisfied. Isn't that human? Okay, so I won't pick on you guys today. But I'm going to be doing a lot more interviews. As soon as my voice clears up, I've got several lined up. And I'm going to be doing some field trips and sending that back to you guys to listen to on the radio and on the internet. You'll be seeing some of the broadcasts. Okay, so we're going to be wrapping it up. I'm going to be changing some of my commercials as well. There's a lot of changes going to happen this year. Okay, we're going to be going full speed ahead with the YouTube and continuing our radio broadcasts. I love you all, but I'm going to be going out doing a lot of interviews at different places, going to holistic places, going to different businesses, and bringing the information back to you, and recording it while I'm out there. Do some live recordings too. Okay, we got to set up a lot of technology and really start bringing some information to you. You're going to be home a lot more than you were. Stay off the buses. If you don't have to ride the bus, walk. Don't expose yourself to unnecessary contaminants. This is something it's been really, walk. We all need to walk more anyway. Get out there in the fresh air, breathe some clean, fresh air. Stay away from the crowds. Avoid the parties where you got to come together. Okay? It's a good thing to come together, but come together with video. Do video conferences, video visits. Yeah, come on now. We can keep this down. The population is too heavy right now, and there's too much traveling going on. This reminds me of after a war. People come home and they bring all kind of stuff home that was never there before. Okay, we got to wrap it up. Engineer said that's all you got today. God bless you guys. It's good to be back on the stick. Talk to you again soon. God bless you, and I love you. Bye-bye.